deportations are as American as apple pie, Tennessee barbecue, dirty water hot dogs from Manhattan, and Texas brisket, guys. All right. In fact, we have been doing this for a very, very long time. People have been flooding our borders for a very, very, very long time. And we have been deporting people en masse for a very, very, very long time. Who basically has the record of most deportations in the last 2 decades? Obama did. He was called the deporter in chief, if I recall properly. All right. So now, keep this in mind. Who is Tom Homan? Tom Homan was a guy who worked for Obama during the time when he deported who? Everybody, bro. Okay? Almost everybody at the time, kind of. Potentially. I'm being sarcastic. That's not the point, though. And so now that Tom Homan is coming back, the good thing is that we do definitely believe that he is going to remove the people that are here basically for asylum fraud or any type of economic migrancy. These things that are not actually, classed as actual asylum or should give people refugee status. These are not individuals running for their life scared that their country is persecuting them for who or what they are. Guys, that's not the reality of this situation here. So I'm just thoroughly confused why there are so many people kind of pushing back against the fact that we can potentially get our country back and potentially use our tax dollars for things that actually matter to us eventually. Right? You get what I mean here? I do think that that's the best thing for us to do is definitely get rid of the people who are just draining on, the economy of certain places. Okay. Now keep this in mind. I know I can smell the comments already. I get it. There are individuals here who are basically paying local taxes. Those local taxes are going to fund things that they'll never actually get a return from. I hear you. But there are massive cities who are giving way too much to individuals who have never paid into the taxes, period. All right. And that's kind of my stance on it specifically. But all right, name of the video is Incoming Border Czar warns Tren de Aragua, don't get too comfortable. Okay, I think they have gotten comfortable. Let's continue.
What the Trump administration has called for is for local police departments around the country to behave as ICE agents in sanctuary cities. That is not permissible. Any administration that would look to disrupt the sensibility of public accommodations, consider them a threat to our democracy.
Far left, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson vowing to resist Trump's deportation plan, despite the illegal immigration crisis reportedly costing his own taxpayers more than $500 million.
Right, he's fine with that because he's not basically paying for it, okay?
This morning, President-elect Trump's incoming border czar, Tom Homan, is firing back. He joins us now. Tom, it's so great to have you on. I have so many questions to ask you, but let's start with this. He talked about sanctuary cities. Is the Trump administration, do you have any indication, have you talked to the president, are they going to just remove federal funding from cities and states that say we're just not going to cooperate with the federal government in getting criminal illegals out of the country?
Guys, really quickly, I'm not sure that's a great idea. Yes, I understand the concept of penalizing individuals who are blatantly attempting to skirt American, the American social contract. I get that. But removing money specifically from a state may not be the smartest route, okay? Because then in return, what can they do? Remove money from the federal budget. I guess that's good also, but they can also not pay the federal government yearly.
Well, that's part of the plan. We tried that during the last administration, of course, but when President Trump didn't get back in office, that lawsuit filed by DOJ, of course, Joe Biden dropped it day one. But let me talk about what Brandon Johnson just said. No one's asking them to make his officers ICE agents. That's not what we're asking. We're asking to let us in Cook County Jail, the largest jail, one of the largest jails in the country, where back in the day, we arrested hundreds of criminal aliens out of that jail. That's what we're asking for. Give us access to the bad guy, the guy you locked in a jail cell. That's what we want. Because when you don't give us access to the bad guy and the safety and security of a jail where everybody's safe, you force me into the neighborhood. And when I go into the neighborhood, I'm going to find that bad guy. But it puts him at risk, puts my officers at risk, puts the community at risk. And when we find that bad guy, he's probably with others. Others are in the country legally that aren't a priority criminal alien. But guess what? They're going to be arrested too because we're not walking away from illegal aliens. So your actions are going to give you the results you don't want. More agents in your community and more non-priority aliens being arrested. You forced me in that position, and that's what's going to happen.
By the way, you can't, I don't know what the mayor is thinking in this circumstance. You can't create a law that violates federal law, which obviously would have precedence. And in this circumstance,
It happens every single day in every single state.
regardless of what he is saying in terms of what we're going to do as a sanctuary city or state, the facts on the ground are simply these. You have the rights, you have the authority as a federal agency to go in and get them wherever they may be. Do I have that right, Tom?
You have it exactly right. That's why I find it incredible that him and Governor Pritzker, first thing he said, you got to go through me. Why do I have to go through elected officials to help you remove public safety threats from your neighborhoods? Every elected official should want public safety threats taken on their neighborhood. That's your number one responsibility, is protect.
Yeah, unless there are special interest groups, and whatever that special interest group is, as long as they can still kind of get brownie points specifically with certain individuals that absolutely enjoy the concept of virtue signaling, then why would they? They're not going to hurt their base. That's their vote, bro. Right?
Protection of communities. I want to arrest somebody that's in the country illegally. That is a criminal. That is our priority. Out of the gate, President Trump and I have said we're going to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats first. Why would any elected official not want to help us with that? Especially Chicago, with the crime rate and the shootings at the level they're at. I just can't believe that they want to sit there and call law enforcement officers the bad guy and the victims of the criminal aliens that broke the law and violated laws against the U.S. citizens. They're the victims, but the people who enforce law are the bad guys. I just don't understand it.
How unique or how common are you finding Mayor Johnson's attitude? I know you've met with a lot of blue city mayors, Tom, including Eric Adams, by the way, here in New York City, who seems to have changed his tune a little bit. He seems in a constant evolution towards singing a new song a little bit. But you're meeting with all these guys.
I mean, bro, the mayor of New York was once Republican. Of course he's going to end up siding for the most part with logic eventually.
Nice. Do they sound like Brandon Johnson?
No. He's far off the table. I mean, the comments he's making, it's just incredible. Considering his ratings in Chicago are so extremely low. I was there the other day, and there's hundreds of people there that want him removed from office. And again, I just go back to the crime rate in Chicago. Why wouldn't he want help in removing public safety threats? But I'm going to do it. And that's what I told him. I said, you don't want to help? Fine. I can't believe you don't want to help remove criminals. But guess what? If you don't want to help, just stand aside, because we're coming. And because we can't take the efficiencies of going into a county jail to arrest a bad guy. Now I got to send a whole team rather than one guy arresting a bad guy in jail. Now I got to send a whole team to the field to arrest that bad guy because of officer safety considerations. If that's the game you want to play, we're going to game. But if we're going to play that game, there's going to be a lot more agents in your communities just because of your failure to work with us in the county jail, a taxpayer county jail. We want to talk to the guy that you locked in a jail cell. Right. You locked him in a jail cell for obvious public safety concerns. When you're done with them, simply give them to us. Let us know when you're going to release them. You don't have to hold them a minute on your taxpayers' dime. When you're getting ready to release them, let us know, and we'll be there, and we'll pick them up. We'll take care of them from that point.
Tom, can I ask you one quick last question? So let's say you get the illegal criminal out of the jail and you're in possession of him. I heard Sarah Carter last night on a Fox show, the weekend show, saying that El Salvador said they'll take them back. Do you guys have arrangements with other countries to take them back? Because a lot of these guys are Venezuelans. I don't think Maduro's going to take them back.
No.
I will say to the Venezuelan Tren de Aragua, don't get too comfortable. We're coming. And there are several agreements that I have, Sarah, that they're going to be removed. And I'm not going to call it countries right now because we're in the negotiation process, but we will remove them. If your country won't take you back, we'll find a country that will. We're already working on that. I'm not waiting for January 20th. I'm in the game now.
Somehow, I really believe this.
The minute Rachel asked you that question, Tom, a smile went on your face. So I feel like there's more here.
Very probably.
There's more here about already talking. But let's put it this way. We're not waiting till January 20th. We're already negotiating. We're already talking. We're already taking actions. I've been on the road since the day President Trump announced me. So when we start January 21st, we got a great plan in place. It's going to be prioritization of the worst first. But if you're in the country illegally, you're not off the table. We're going to concentrate on the public safety threats first. And we're going to hit the ground running. And I think the American people are going to see that the mandate they gave President Trump, we're going to carry out.
All right, Tom Homan, thanks so much for the information, including the smile that reveals More information.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
Man, President.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Listening to the last statement here, I mean, I get it. It's tricky. It has to be done, right? But I've never been a fan of making someone stateless. Okay. So, I mean, I get it. They came to the southern border in a very illicit manner. They are not actually here for asylum. In fact, they are committing asylum fraud on a daily basis. They are withdrawing funds from the cities that actually could be helping the city itself. Okay. I get that. Don't get me wrong here. But the concept of making someone stateless is tricky. All right. That sounds like a lot of bureaucracy. I don't know what you're going to do with that. And specifically the countries that won't take the people back, where do they go? Okay. I mean, I get it. That should not be our number one concern. It shouldn't be my concern at all, right? But again, I am just not for making someone stateless. That's a whole different thing, guys. I mean, that means that for the rest of their life, they're going to be illegal everywhere they go. But again, did they care about us when they came and siphoned money from our cities? Did they? I don't know. I'm kind of troubled by this. I'm seriously troubled by this. I didn't even think about that one singular aspect. They have to go somewhere, but if their country doesn't take them, where do they go? You have to find another place that would take them, but even where they would go, they wouldn't be a citizen or like technically a legal resident. And what are they a refugee from? Nothing. So, I would definitely not say that I'm one of these bleeding heart individuals, guys. But it's just it's personally tricky to hear that. Where would they go? Don't just smile, bro. Answer. Right? Please give me a direct answer. I need it. Okay, but all right. Until then, hopefully we'll find one soon. Or if you guys know, I'll check out the comments, obviously, and we'll see if someone, like, what do you do? Is there like an answer to that online? Where does a person? Hold on, guys. Okay, wait, because I know there's a way to like lose your citizenship. I know there's a way that we do that occasionally to some individuals, but they would have had to done something absolutely crazy. What happens when you're stateless? Never even. Well, someone is stateless. They're not recognized as a citizen by any country, and they will face many challenges. Limited access to basic rights. Stateless people often lack access to education, healthcare, and employment. Travel restrictions. No home. Excuse me, guys. And it will definitely affect multiple generations. Okay. This is what I'm saying here, guys. I mean, I get it. You forfeited. Absolutely. In fact, when you came into this country in an illicit manner, maybe this would stop people from flooding our southern border and northern border. Maybe if you make everyone stateless. I mean, that may work. That's a little savage. Right? It's a wee bit savage, guys. But because again, no matter what country you send them to, that's going to be their experience. But did they care about our experience? Did they really? So this is a conundrum. But all right, listen, I don't want to think about this anymore, guys. Let me know in the comments. I'll try to respond to some of you guys if you want to have this conversation about statelessness. But I think that almost by default would make them refugees, right? I think so. That feels right. Like by default, if you make someone stateless, put them into a country that basically doesn't want them, never wanted them in the first place, and they don't belong in that country, they then can actually, they can actually claim asylum. You're giving them a reason. Oh no, guys. I'm just brainstorming. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. And if you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. This is my lightsaber. Hey guys, you guys subscribe to the other channels. Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music.
Oh, also, Mr. Elboy discusses. Guys, check it out. And if you haven't heard it today, you're amazing.